When I first started out on the Enterprise, I worked day shift, and I worked island house, fitting liners on the island house, the old island house they had up there. You remember the one that had the dome on it? I think they changed that in the 70s, somewhere in the 70s or 80s, I believe.
It's called the ice cream cone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I don't know if you're familiar with the scaffolding they used, but back in my day, I'd grab a handful of liners and I'd just go upside. I was as tall as I am. I could go up the scaffolding instead of go inside. When you go inside the island house to go up, there's always somebody blocking your way, and it takes you forever to get up there. And I've always been kind of an impatient type person, so I get outside. If I did that today, I wouldn't be here. They'd have done fired me for doing it. But I just scale right up to outside with my liners in my hands, and we fit liners on the radars and antennas and stuff like that. And then from there, I worked that, and they said they needed somebody to work some submarines, Robert E. Lee and the Shark. So I went over there for several months on 12 hours, and then I come back on the carrier and worked the arresting gears. I worked aircraft elevators, and then I got into the refueling, so I went on to refueling. I learned how to refuel. Then it seemed like any time that the Enterprise was gone, and it come back in, I'm thinking, what's it doing back here? Oh, we're going to overhaul and refuel it. Well, it was a prototype. So that's why I come back early. They want to see what the fuel was doing. And I didn't work actually on the boat. I worked the barge that did the fuel for the Enterprise. So, you know, I started, and the Enterprise was starting, and now the Enterprise is waning out, and I'm kind of waning out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's been here. It's been in and out of the yard as long as I've been here. It's kind of like I'm kind of like part of the Enterprise. Yeah, so I've been basically all over the Enterprise, about everywhere you can go in Enterprise. I've been there, and it's just been, it's kind of like your old car that you got. You check everything out on it. It's kind of like that with Enterprise. You've been around, you know basically how most of this stuff works, and you've seen other trades on there and what they do and what it takes for them to get their job done. So it's kind of like you don't want to see it go anywhere. It's kind of like, well, just keep it in service. Just keep it going. Keep it just keep it out there.